What's up, guys? It's Thomas Dundon, and I come to you today with a very important topic. Today we're going to talk about Maud Collins. That's right. One very important woman in the history of Ohio. Started off, we're going to be going over some background information, such as she was born in 1893. She died at the age of 78 in 1972. She was happily married with 5 children. Husband who went by the name of Fletcher. He was killed in the line of duty while chasing down a man he had pulled over for speeding. The suspect shot Fletcher point blank in the chest with a shotgun while fleeing. Well, for now, yeah, I think that pretty much covers some background information of where to start at with Maud Collins. And next time we come back, we'll be going over some of the more important topics of Maud Collins' life. Thanks. Like I said earlier, yeah, we'll be going over some more of the important facts now. To start it out, she became sheriff in 1925. A little later than requested, but I think, seeing, it's a huge part of her whole life, it could slide. When Fletcher was killed, okay, the sheriff's office asked Maud if she would, if she'd complete the rest of his term complete the rest of Fletcher's term. Now, this was seen as a shocker to the community because, well, no real woman was in the law enforcement. They were usually at home cooking and cleaning and taking care of the children. At Fletcher's funeral, the procession of cars, sorry about that, helicopter, like I was saying though, when Fletcher died, the procession of cars for his funeral was made up of approximately 250 cars. Now, this is one of the biggest ones they had seen in time because of how many people came to pay her their respects. The length of the distance of the cars, which surprised them, was up to about a mile long. And the number of people that came to pay their respects was so vastly great that not everyone could fit inside the tiny little church they had in their small town of Vinton County. She was the first woman to actually start delivering prisoners to the state penitentiary. Her tactics she used and murders she solved, she wrote stories for their famous magazine they had back then, which was called the Master Detective Magazine. Now, I'll get to this a little more later, but the Hatfield McCoy feud. It's a very important thing because she was on the McCoy side of all this. Surprise, 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 yeah. Little fun thing will be known later on, but the way she became really public and her name and everything became really famous was when she solved a double homicide. This surprised everyone, and they were all great for her catching the murderers. She was the first woman to lead the Sheriff's Office Operations and Investigations. Nowadays, she paved the way for today law enforcement for the female law enforcement. She paved the way for them, so without her, we might not have any females in law enforcement nowadays. And lastly, to end this small portion, yeah, she, before her husband had died, she worked with him when he was sheriff, as the small town jail matron. What the jail matron was female. They would look after the female prisoners to make sure they were treated fairly because, well, back then, it was a pretty sexist time. Women were looked down upon, more or less, while the men had all the bigger roles in life and the economies. So, it was, you know, a step up from the current position the women are in. With that said, I think we'll cut it here again. And the next time we're back, we have a couple extra little bonus facts, and then we'll wrap it up there. Alright? Peace. What's up, guys? We're back. Yeah, I'm just, you know, cutting here and there the video just to, you know, go take breaks and to make sure I have all my facts correct, which, so far, they are. Now, like I said last time, before we cut, we would have some bonus facts. Well, it's not as, I mean, I find them, you know, important to me, which you'll see why in just about a second, but, yeah, you know, every fact, it helps. Alright, so, a good bonus fact to know. I am related to Maud Collins. Okay, she is my great-great-grandmother on my dad's side. So, she's my dad's great-grandmother, and, my grandmother, well, my dad's mom's grandmother. And the other fact that I have was that when looking up more information from Maud Collins, I would, you know, forums and stuff I came across, what really surprised me was not the number of facts I would find and information about Maud Collins, but that the number of people I found that were related to her. I came across a comment in a forum when I was looking for Maud Collins information, and it said that his mother was cousin to Maud Collins. So, and this person lives in Illinois. So this is a cousin of my family that neither me nor my parents have any clue that was even alive. Surprised us both. Well, us three. We found another person whose paternal great-grandmother, so blood-related great-grandmother then, was a grandchild of Maud, well, no, a child of Maud Collins. Well, no, yeah, grandchild of Maud Collins, my bad. It just really surprises us to find, you know, we have so many more family members out there in the world that we never knew existed. But, I mean, really though, it's not, to say the least though, that we shouldn't be too surprised, because there's billions and billions of people. I mean, yeah, probably not fully necessary, but who knows. Alright, with that, guys, I'd like to thank you for watching, and I hope you learn a little more about history. Later on. Peace.